Interestingly enough, I've also just done the Coolaroo scenario again for my mother-in-law.
That's right, because she had the
So I did those in the middle. If you remember, I put those up originally in the middle of a store.
Of course.
My fastest ever, hugely proud of it. But the walls in Mira are made of cheese. And especially the garden walls that don't have rebar where they should have rebar. Yeah, as we've found as they've pulled out. So now the solution that I've used is, do you know the brackets that they have for hanging like those cane chairs?
Yes.
So what they have is, instead of it just being a single expansion bolt that goes in, they basically have like a hoop on a solid back plate where basically you can use 2 screws to basically put in, or 4.
Right.
Okay.
So good for punching bag.
Yes, punching bags are exactly the same fitting. So what we've done is I've got one of those, and then I basically arranged, the boys did it, not me, let's be honest this time around. I arranged them to basically move it along the wall, make the repair on the area that's where it pulled out, and we'll see how that goes this time around. But it was the high winds from a couple of days ago. Actually, we had it again yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, it was crazy yesterday.
Yeah, but a few days ago we had some high winds that had just blown it, and I had 2 Coolaroos attached to this one point. So now I'm like, right, well, I've doubled the amount of purchase in that wall. So fingers crossed it will actually hold this time. But it did 3 years, I guess. So it's not the end of the world. But I would like a permanent solution. Yeah. But again, the other end, I'm thinking, well, I know the house really was not that great either in terms of, I don't know what they used, but it's really narrow hollow block or something.
Really interesting.
What's really bizarre.
Are those homes? Are those all the prefab units?
No.
Okay.
Prefab is great for that because with prefab you've got like such density cement that's used and shed loads of rebar. Yeah. Because if you imagine, they've got to physically move it.
Yeah. It's just the joints on those prefab places.
The joints are dodgy, and our current place is exactly the same as all the others. The panels themselves, you need a heck of a drill to get through it, without a doubt. And we do a lot of that.
I've got a 15-year-old manual sunshade, one of those like you.
Brilliant.
Now the problem with it, and it's great. It's 15 years old.
It's great.
Can you imagine? Never been replaced. Nothing's been done to it. It's canvas. The canvas after 15 years needs to be replaced.
That's easy.
It's gotten brittle. Who do I go to?
Any of the shading company or anyone that actually does. You know how these companies actually operate, which is they buy in the mechanisms and they physically do the canvas themselves.
You got a recommendation? Your guys?
Well,
okay.
We got there.
Yeah.
We got there.
Because there is a name on it. I haven't called it, but there is a name on it, and it is a Dubai number, and probably they still exist. But I've never used any of these companies, so I have no idea who to randomly call up.
I wouldn't be able to give them a glowing recommendation in truth, because it was painful along the way.
Okay.
The end result, we got there.
Yeah.
But it's even the basics. It's even the basics of, we didn't realise we were installing it at this height. Well, wait a second, your guys already been round to survey it. Oh yeah, have you got a ladder?
Oh no, that's right.
Come on, boys, seriously? And we're like, my boys, if my boys were installing it with no knowledge, 2 hours. These guys, a day.
Oh man.
Like, really?
All right.
So in the end, and by the way, we can't do the electrics to the connection. What? Okay, I'll bring my own electrician. Oh, great, that's good news. How do you do this in normal people's homes that don't own a maintenance company?
Yeah.
This is the frustration.
Okay.
So now we have a lovely sail shade, but the work along the way was slightly ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there are loads. Literally, I wouldn't even necessarily get focused on the brand of person that's there, because the brand that's on it, because these are standard, very much standardized fittings.
Yeah.
And the canvas is the easy bit.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's all that it is.
Whatsoever. And they'll bring you, literally we had sheets upon sheets of options that we could use, and it's not even expensive for the canvas. Right. It's the mech where the
so the mechanism works, and there's a couple of the elastics on the elbows that come out seem to have worn, but it works.
They should be able to do really easy refurb on it.
All right, so I'm gonna start looking into that, because it's gotten to the point with the last real wind. It's like, this canvas it's brittle. The canvas is now just brittle.
Well, it will be, because if you imagine, it's plasticized.
Yeah.
And over time,
15 years.
It's obviously UV stabilized, but at the same time, 15 years is a heck of a period.
I've had a good run.
Well.
I've had a really good run with it. So,
you have.
And I really like these.
Me too. I really love them as well. The one problem that we've got is we weren't clever with well, no, it wasn't that we weren't clever. We were unfortunate with the location. So when it's not summer with the what's the word I'm looking for? The sun. Difficult. Well done, Colin. The sun high in the air. We kind of have that period kind of from 3 o'clock onwards where it gets a little bit in your face, even though we've got quite a long way coming down.
Yeah, I've got one. That's exactly what happens with mine.
There's no way around it, really, because the aspect of your house is the aspect of your house.
Well, and that's where my wife was looking at it. She's going, maybe we could just put a sail shade in. And I said, we could take this off and put the sail shade in. But I looked at her and I said, what are we going to affix it to? Because we've got that little patch of paving stones where we've got our table and it comes out of the back. And then I've got trees that I've trimmed. And I said, I guess we could either, we're going to have to put in a post, or maybe I could affix it to the tree. I said, oh, this is not sounding good. Why don't we just fix this?
Yes, it is one of those. I mean, I got 4 posts from a lady in Garhoud, a local lady who was lovely. The one problem that she didn't tell me was the 4 posts that she was selling me were still in the ground in cement.
No!
Thank you for that.
What did you do? Just bring the patrol and pull them out with a chain?
Well, I'd sent the boys.
They put it on the old transit and pulled it out with a chain?
They sent me the video, and I went, oh, I'm so sorry. Right, okay, just leave it. It's fine. I'll work around it. And they said, oh no, we'll get it out. I'm like, what? Have you got an impact with you? No, we're going to use a hammer and chisel. And bless them, they did. 4 of them. So it took about 2 hours to get them all out.
Wow.
Chipped off all of the cement on them, and then I got them worked on and powder coated and whatnot. They are mint now. They're absolutely brilliant. So that's gone very, very well. But again, the problem is if you're getting things custom fabricated, it tends to be that if you adapt, it's much cheaper than getting custom fabrication done. So I knew that if I picked all these up, and they were extremely cheap, even with the amends that I need to do, I need to move the brackets in the opposite direction to be able to get them to attach to the wall, and I want to change the connection points. But I knew it would end up miles cheaper. So, the 4 poles in the end, all done, ended up with about 1,000 dirhams, which I was very happy with.